and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
This is what's going to probably happen. There will be someone in waiting just in case he takes a royal dump. He just isn't up to the par. But you know what, guys? A royal dump.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
A royal dump. No, that's not how Team Schuster played up at Worlds.
A royal dump.
Or was that how you would describe it, Matt Hamilton?
It's pretty close.
A royal dump.
It wasn't our best effort. I don't know if it was a royal dump. I mean, just a regular dump.
Well, Royals has a little. I actually look at it as a positive, like
royal dump.
a little classy.
A royal dump's better than a regular dump.
Yeah. It's got a little sophistication to it.
Yeah. Okay, then. Then we took a royal dump.
a little better than a regular dump. Took a royal one. It was good.
A royal dump.
Yeah. Not our best effort.
But
Didn't
Matt,
have it that week.
Matt, we're happy to have you back, though. So
I'm super stoked to be back.
And there's worse places to not have it than the world champions. That means you are the best in the country and you just didn't get it done at the world stage. But that's still, a top 8 team in the world? It's pretty dang good.
Yeah. I mean, perspective's everything, right? Because once you're there, you only think that there's 12 teams in the world and you're like 8th out of 12. But you got to take a step back every once in a while and remind yourself that there's a lot of teams in a lot of these countries. They get funneled down to that 12.
Yes.
Or those 13 teams.
And I would say I can speak confidently for Alex Strofe and for me, and maybe for our listeners on TikTok Live, your Instagram Live, and obviously on ESPN Madison. There's not a lot of us that are top 12 or top 8 in the world in anything, so you're the only one that gets that honor. But Matt Hamilton, this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light, my friends.
I missed that, and we saw.
I did too. There was not a ton of Coors Light that I could find in Ottawa.
Well, now we have
A royal dump.
plenty for you. Yes, that is obviously a royal dump if there's not enough Coors Light up in Ottawa. Matt, do me a favor. I know you got hat hair, but take your hat off here. So I do this show with you, and you have this glorious head of hair that's only going to get better. And now we have all this cool stuff, all these cameras, everything here. And we got Maddie, our social media queen, and she's got TikTok and Instagram Live going on. And I'm a confident fella, but I'm developing a little bit of a complex now that am I at the point of, and I'm going to ask our listeners, and I'm going to ask everyone TikTok, Instagram, should I don't want to shave my head yet maybe, but should I be going with more of a crew cut to kind of, I told my wife this, she's like, I've been used to the bald spot. I'm like, yeah, and it was fine when, I feel at 43 almost that I'm fine with it, but it's more of a bald spot. It could be most of the head. And you have a teammate in and
Yeah.
John Schuster that has this issue as well. And now I'm getting a little bit of a complex. I'm on video, and I lean in, and it seems a little more prominent. And I know when I get my hair cut, it looks a little tighter. You don't notice it as much. So I'm wondering, should I just not go all in and shave my head? I don't want that, or like a straight razor. But should I do like a tight fade? Should I change my hairstyle at all? 844-770-3776. You can chime in on TikTok Live or Instagram as well. I'm just in this dilemma. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. So I'm contemplating talking to Bree, who cuts my hair, and say, look, don't worry, I'm still coming in because I don't want to just go with the shaved head with no look to it because I can at least have her blend in the beard and do a little bit to it. So I might ask her opinion. Should I go with more of a high and tight look to me?
I think you should, Jimmy.
Well,
I think it's time.
The problem with high and tight is you don't have bald spots on the sides.
Yeah.
That's where the fade and the high and tight goes. It still goes to a normal length, and it's going to be obvious. I think the best look, especially with your beard, you do the buzz cut at a similar length to the beard.
Okay.
And it the short buzz cut, it's short enough where you're still seeing scalp, so it doesn't look like the bald spot's not nearly as obvious.
Yeah.
But that similar hair length is going to go far. It's a sharp look, and I think that's what you got to do. I think the high and tight is not going to work out the way you think it's going to.
No, I agree, and we're not that far off of it too. I'm not trying to we're kind of similar on that look. So we'll throw it out to the listeners. I'll probably just do whatever Matt or the team suggests here because it's hair, and Most of it grows back. The stuff that will grow back will grow back.
Are you at the point where you're worried if you cut it might not grow back?
No, because
okay, good.
the lady that cuts my hair, she's very nice, but she's like, I'm always astonished with how much your hair grows everywhere. Like, my hair will grow except for the place it doesn't grow, but my hair grows pretty quick, except for the top of my head.
Sounds like my lawn.
Right, exactly. My
grass will grow in the places it will grow.
But can I bring something up personal here? My wife at times is a little meaner than I think she is. Because I threw out, I'm like, should I shave my head? She goes, I don't know. I've gotten used to it over time, and it's fine. And I said, well, that's good. And you started dating me when I was like 29 and had actually a bald spot instead of currently where it's maybe the majority of the top of my head. But then I threw out to her, like, should I shave my head? And I don't think I can use the exact word that she said, but like, if you shave your head, you're going to look very phallic. And and I was like, well, she's like, all men do like that. When they shave their head, they look phallic. And I said, well, that's not great. And I said, well, at least it matches my personality. And she thought that was funny. But
she's going to say that to The Rock?
Right. Well, no.
And like Jason Statham and some of those, like, all the most bad bald guys on the planet. She's going to say that?
She wasn't even saying it bad. She's just like, matter of fact. She's like, you're just going to look like.
No, but I'm saying like bad bald guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, those guys. So that wasn't great. That was right on Easter too. On Easter.
Hey, I mean, she's entitled to a wrong opinion, Jim. Right?
So we will figure it out. And look, I've had a shaved head with her a couple times when we've been dating. You know, in the pandemic, I was bored. I shaved my head and grew a mustache just because.
Why not? Yeah.
What else am I doing? So, I mean, that's just sometimes you just had stuff to kill time. Scared the bejesus out of my kids when I did that because they had gone to bed. And I was like, I'm going to shave my head and shave out the mustache. So, like, they were literally taken aback when they saw me. And I forgot that I had done that because they didn't look at myself in the mirror. I kind of got up and they're like, whoa, who is this man? I'm like, it's just me. It's just me.
Look at this handsome guy in our house.
Right. I don't think that's the look. They said, where's the van is more the look that they were worried about there. But
don't you lump mustaches, beautiful mustaches, into that category?
Right. No, that's fair. It was more the shaved head of it. But I'll take your calls on that as we got obviously, and then hosting with Matt Hamilton. Look, facial hair-wise, I have no complex. But hair-wise, look, there's nice hair. Alex has got hair, but it's a bad hair. It's just not he doesn't know what he's doing with it. So, like,
why am I getting an indirect shot?
Because you're involved in the show.
Yeah, but what's wrong with my hair? My hair
it's
looks
fine.
I'm having a good hair day today.
But it's fine. It's just
it's like that's your $20.
You're like a Lego man. You got Lego man hair. It's fine.
Matt,
it's better than mine.
Matt, you just grow your hair.
Yeah.
Just because you grow your hair doesn't mean it's a good hairdo.
No. Matt's got like good.
There's absolutely no
thick,
rhyme or reason to his hair.
Oh no, it's good
just
thick
growing.
hair. No, you're
Matt. Do you wake up and think, this is a good hair day for me today?
But he's in between. When it's fully grown out, it's a good look. He's trying to grow it back out.
I'm a little bit in that awkward phase right now. But
I've got a sense of Rutledge jealousy that I have a full head of hair.
No, honestly, I don't. Like, because your haircut is whatever. Honestly, people
it's
look
the
at
same as yours. It's just more full.
Right, but I don't think mine's great. I have to have this haircut because I can't do anything else. If I had Matt's head of hair,
you guys get the same haircut. You go to the salon. You point to the book. It's the first one on the first page, and it's $20. You're in, you're out.
Mine is not $20, but I will say yours probably is. But if I had the hair to grow out like Matt did, I would do it. When I had hair, I grew hair out like Matt had. Like, that's a fun, cool head of hair. If you have hair, let it flow.
So you're telling me to grow it out?
I don't think you look good with long hair, though.
I don't think I would either, but I'll do it.
I
think you should. Here's the thing. You're never going to know until you try.
My wife
told me that it was going to look awful grown out, and then she actually became kind of into it to the point where she's like, yeah, just grow it out again.
But she loves to pull his hair.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
I don't want to end up like Greg Scalzo is all I'm saying.
That's a lot.
Greg's got a great head
of
hair.
Now, my wife did see Greg's hair for the first time ever. We were on the ESPN Madison YouTube. She hadn't seen his hair in a long time.
Sure.
And because even Greg, he had a better, like, similar haircut, but better than yours, Alex.
I don't think so.
Because he would go somewhere at an actual salon and have it cut, and it was, like, had layers to it, and there was a little,
You went to a real, like, barber.
Well, and I do, too, but I don't have the hair to pull it off. Alex goes to whatever wants to cut the cost to try to get your hair done.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
Greg always had good hair, but so the long hair on Greg it took her back. She's like, oh, wow, that is a lot of hair on Mr. Scalzo. So
got a lot of lettuce right now.
We could have a hair off at some point between Matt when his hair feels comfortable and Scalzo, because I think Matt would win. Like, I know some people try to say that Scalzo's got the best hair in radio. I think Matt's hair when
I
it's
get him.
I think it's there.
What's gross about Rutledge?
I don't know. He's always like camping. Like,
See, like I have short hair. Look, I don't think Scalzo would take offense if we said Matt Hamilton had better hair than Greg Scalzo.
I mean,
that's accurate.
He used to walk in and congratulate me on my glorious hair. It was funny.
All right,
I always got a kick out of that.
So, Alex, little sidebar here. Do we pump up Zigo enough after the tough time in Canada?
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Can we just ask what the hell happened?
I did. I started the show with it.
Well, but what? I feel like we didn't get deep enough. Is more my question.
Oh, that's what people are here for. Just break down
In-depth
every
curling.
stone you toss.
I mean,
please.
what went wrong for you? I'm not asking about the team. What happened to you?
What specifically did you screw up?
Yes.
All right, well, my role on the team, aside from just throwing second rocks, is like to be a little bit helpful, especially on my own throws, at calling the line and when you're supposed to sweep the rock and when you're not supposed to. And unfortunately, the ice was curling a lot, and I didn't get like a great hang on it or handle on it, and neither did Schuster. So we got a lot of shots that were thrown pretty well but got bad results out of. It's kind of like when you throw a great pass as a quarterback and you hit the receiver in the hands and they drop it. It's like you did everything right, but somewhere in between there was a disconnect and it ended up not working out. And that's what I felt like we ran into a lot.
Are you looking to make a coaching change?
Jesus.
My services are available.
You know, I haven't thought too much about it. I need a little bit more time to stew on it, think about it. You know, it's still a little fresh in my mind right now, so I wouldn't want to say anything rash, but definitely something I'll keep into consideration.
Thank you. Yeah, my services are available, but hey, Matt, you've got to flip the page as soon as possible. We're already looking ahead to next year's World Championships.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go take a darkness retreat here in a couple weeks, so maybe when I get back from that, I can tell you a for sure answer. But I will tell you by the date we agree on. So don't go shopping me around until we talk. But I won't talk to you until then.
You'll get some Twitter notifications.
All right, so I want to
ship to Norway.
Are you still verified on Twitter? Are you gone now, or
it's still a blue check mark? I don't know.
Well, what they're doing now is they're switching people. You're probably gonna get the cool thing that like I think some super famous people like Barack Obama got now. Like it's not basically you're gonna be reinvented under a new title. It's verification, but it's Elon's version of verification, but it's the exact same thing it was. But Matt, setting that all aside, I got a couple Iron Jock poll questions I want to burn through with you real quick. One, what's the worst holiday out there?
The worst holiday?
Yeah.
Oh, of the major ones?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tricky. Honestly, not a big Easter guy. You got to wake up early.
Hey, same thing. Easter, juice not worth the squeeze. I was not a big Easter guy. The best thing that happened on Easter is I brought the camper back up to the Rutledge house down from the farm.
It might be Easter. Like the bright side is it's like you're through winter. Winter's done when you hit Easter, so that feels good. But like all the things associated with Easter, it could turn into like a whole day affair because it's common to do things in the morning, whether you go to church or go out to brunch or whatever. And then if you're married and you got to go see the spouse's family, you got to do that in the afternoon. It's like just the whole day of affairs. It's a lot.
It is. And if it's really nice out, you'd actually rather just be doing whatever you want.
Fortunately, since I wasn't planning on being home on Easter, I was planning on flying home today. I got home early. I had a pretty great Easter this year.
Okay. Well, I am happy to hear that. We can hear more about that later. When you were a kid, did the Easter Bunny hide hard-boiled eggs or plastic eggs?
Oh, plastic eggs filled with change and candy.
Thank you. So my kids got both. Now, there were side
We
note.
hard-boiled eggs, but we never hid them because we were afraid we wouldn't be able to find them in a house that smelled like
Easter
rotting
Bunny,
eggs.
my wife does a good job of tracking all the amount of hard-boiled eggs that the Easter Bunny would hide. But so the Easter Bunny hides the hard-boiled eggs in our house. But when we go down to my wife's grandparents, the Easter Bunny hides over about 150 eggs out in the farm. And so, like, Rosie found 63 eggs.
Wow.
So she cleaned up. She got, like, $11 and a boatload of candy. And then
63?
Magnolia got a good chunk, and there was another family member that
I will
got
say,
some.
when I was young, when you searched for the plastic eggs, it was always great because you knew Mom had a couple of Coors Lights the night before and she was hiding them. So you'd ask, is that all of them? She'd say, I don't know. And like a week later, you'd sit down and like look for the remote in the couch, and all of a sudden you'd grab another egg.
Yeah.
So like it was like the holiday that kept on giving.
Yes.
Easter sometimes you'd lose the eggs and have
the
to
Easter Bunny sometimes
continue to find them.
the Easter Bunny can sometimes have a few too many Coors Light, or maybe your parents lost track of how many there were out there. So Jordan Love or Mac Jones, if you were going to pick someone, what quarterback would you want quarterbacking in the Packers?
Oh man, honestly, I've just seen more of Mac Jones, and he seems like a little robot, exactly, or a little avatar of the coach, exactly what Matt LaFleur wants. So I'm not saying Jordan Love is not better than Mac Jones. I just know what Mac Jones has. After this season, I might flip to Jordan Love. But at this moment, right now, I think I'm taking Mac Jones.
Childhood crush. Now, I tried to ask it like this, your throwback childhood crush. So I started the show on Thursday or Friday saying that, like, retroactively, I have a crush on Stevie Nicks. Now she's probably like 70-something years old. And when I was a kid, she was not really in the zeitgeist, but she was, like, big in the late 70s, early 80s. And I like her music. Attractive woman. Like, so retroactively, I have a crush. So is there someone like Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren? Is there someone you have, like, a retroactive crush on? You're like, I wasn't in the right mindset to have the crush then. Who would that be?
Like, when you say wasn't in the right mindset.
Well, I mean, like, Marilyn Monroe belonged before your time, so maybe you didn't exist or whatever.
No, but I mean, I know some, like, my first crush, first celebrity crush that I can remember was Shania Twain.
And that's what everyone ended up doing with it.
Too.
Shania Twain was on the list, Kelly Kapowski. So that's what everyone ended up doing. So that's a good one there. Then the other question that I think came from Alex G, he said that his crush was Kim Possible.
Oh, yeah.
So we're asking the question, what's your cartoon crush?
Oh. Miss Incredible.
Miss Incredible.
Mrs. Incredible.
That was Mr. What's her actual name? Mrs. Elastica or something?
Elastigirl.
Elastigirl. She wasn't Mrs. Elastigirl.
Talk about a dump truck.
Jeez.
Hey now.
If you're trying to get a dump truck, you go to Carbon World Health. Have yourself a great workout over there. I have not received those results, but I am down to under 200 pounds now. I'm crushing it. I am the fittest and the healthiest I've been in my life, thanks to the semi-glutide over there at Carbon World Health.
To keep your glutes tight.
And
to give you that dump truck.
Part of that 6-week experience over there, you can meet with Dr. Ness Rodriguez. You can figure out why you're not reaching your weight loss gains, why you're not gaining your muscle goal gains. It could be because you need the only FDA-approved weight loss supplement out there, and it's available in Madison area through Dr. Ness Rodriguez, which is semaglutide. Otherwise, maybe it needs a hormone replacement. There's a million different things that be going on with your body that you need or could use to help you gain the muscle and lose the fat you're trying to lose. They also have the great workout facility there, and they have a great spa as well. So check out Carbon World Health. My suggestion would be sign up for the 6-week experience and figure out the right plan for you. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Enjoy cleaner, safer, and more private internet daily. Be more cyber zen. Catch the special deal now at nordvpn.com. With a few simple clicks, NordVPN will block online trackers and hide your virtual location. It will secure your devices from malware-infected downloads and block access to malicious websites. Enjoy internet without trackers. Internet without malicious websites. Internet without malware-ridden files. Imagine your data more secure, your connection protected. Zen. Catch the special deal now at nordvpn.com. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fishhead Tree Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fishhead Tree Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
2023 is a very special year for Goodman's Jewelers. We're celebrating 90 years of serving the greater Madison area. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. Needless to say, that's a long time and a lot of great memories working with you, our customers. During these 9 decades, we've never deviated from our pledge to you, which is earning your trust, delivering top-notch service, and a selection that's second to none. Discover firsthand why Goodman's Jewelers is truly a destination worth reaching. 220 State Street, goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
What does it take to make a diamond? Extreme heat and pressure and about 1 billion years. But you can't wait that long. What do? You go to Goodman's Jewelers. I'm John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. There's a reason we are the Diamond Store of Madison. Since 1933, we provided outstanding service and selection to our customers, and that in turn has helped to establish countless great memories through the years. GoodmansJewelers.com, located at 220 State Street. Truly a destination worth reaching.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
She wasn't Mrs. Elastigirl.
Talk about a dump truck.
Jeez.
Hey now.
More Big J journalism here going on in Rutledge and Hamilton. We are presented by Coors Light live from the Spark Building. Hamilton is actually here for Rutledge and Hamilton. We are thrilled.
Hello.
Hello. Happy to have you back, Mr. Matt Hamilton. And you were off curling, and we obviously did a bunch of really hard-hitting show topics while you're gone as we ran through all of our Iron Jock poll questions.
Honestly, I'm pretty bummed I missed it. Knowing now how that tournament would have gone, I would have just hung out.
Crushing Coors Light and talking about Betty Rubble.
Yeah.
I mean, there's worse ways to spend early April. Yeah.
Hindsight's
And the weather was
2020, man.
How was the weather up in Canada?
It was weird. It was like your classic, the old Wisconsin trope. Oh, don't like the weather in the spring? Wait 10 minutes. That's what it was like in Ottawa. It was like we would get freezing rain, and then it'd be 55 and sunny. The next day would be snow, turned into rain. It was just a kind of a sloppy mess.
Yeah, it's basically how it was here when you were gone as well. Windy as all hell. That's for sure. It's windy. It's been so windy around here. It's ridiculous.
Ottawa was so windy. It was crazy.
You need to stick some mountains up somewhere or something. It's just nothing's knocking the wind down. It's ridiculous. So anyways, we did talk a little bit of Packers. We talked about this Mac Jones, Jordan Love thing, and we don't have to revisit that. What I'd rather do here is talk about, I've been listening to some football podcasts, getting ready for the NFL draft. I think we're all getting kind of excited. 844-770-3776. Look, Aaron Rodgers to the Jets is fait complete. We're just waiting on the actual details of it. He's going to end up being the Jets. I think he's going to end up there. I think it'll be like on draft day. One of them is just finally going to pull the trigger and be done with it.
Oh, my gosh. That would be.
And updating it for Matt Hamilton, but also for anyone else out there as well. Jason Wilde joined the show last week, and there was some interesting insight from him. And what he said was that if you what he understands the trade is that they've all agreed on a second rounder, and then it's really the Jets want a conditional first rounder next year, and the Packers want it to be non-conditional. Is that kind of what you heard there, Strofe, essentially?
Kind of, yeah. No, I mean, it sounded like the Jets, the most they're willing to offer is 2 seconds. is I think how he put it.
Okay, and maybe that's. I thought there was if they're willing to do a condition like if Aaron Rodgers gets him to the AFC Championship game, we'll make that a first.
Right.
But
well,
as
that's
far
what
as
the Packers
guaranteed,
want, I think.
Well, I think the Packers want the first regardless.
Right.
And the Packers the Jets are willing to consider first if we put conditions on it. But anyways, if you miss any of that,
it's just a little tug of war, right? Yeah. I mean, that was the big takeaway from Wildy is it's been this nonstop game of tug of war that will eventually come to an end. It just might be a while still.
If you missed that interview, you can listen back Wisconsin on the Man, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places, and that is brought to you by our friends at Revive Restoration and water damage restoration service in Wisconsin, locally owned, gives back community. Our guy Josh over there is fantastic. They are the sponsor of whether it's mold, fire, smoke damage, water damage. If something bad is happening for your home or business, Josh and the team over at Revive Restoration is definitely worth checking out. The first and only call you need to make, and that's revivepros.com is their site. And Matt and I, you and I are going to be coaching the Easter Seals basketball game, and part of what Duggan does is he's giving back to the community, and he supports Easter Seals. So just another reason why that if you are in a bind and you need fire and smoke or mold remediation or water damage fixed, Revive's the only call you should be making. But Josh is a great part of the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh, first of all, super average golfer. Good thing he's so much better at restoring businesses and people's homes than he is at golf. But like you said, Jim, great guy, likes to give back to the community. Easter Seals, been around for a real long time. Josh is always on board to help out and give back the same way that he's able to give back to that business or home that lost everything. He's able to get you back on track and into your normal lifestyle as fast as possible. I believe he told me a stat 60% of businesses that encounter an accident like this go under.
Yeesh.
Don't be that business. Don't be those guys. Talk to Revive. They will get you sorted out and squared away before you even know it.
RevivePros.com is the website. So the draft is coming up. We have some fun free agency stuff that'll be at least in the margins for the Packers. They're going to have to add a wide receiver or two, but none of that's going to happen until the draft. But it got me thinking. I was listening to some NFL podcasts, and one was the 49ers. They are this interesting case that they have Trey Lance, but the podcast I was listening to said that, in their perfect world, Mac Jones is the perfect guy for them. That Trey Lance, yes, he has the ability to make some plays when things break down, but I think if Kyle Shanahan had his choice, Mac Jones is the guy. So what do they stumble across in the 7th round? Brock Purdy, their version of Mac Jones. And it got me thinking a few different things. That to run this offense, it might be wasteful to expend a first-round pick on it, a la Jordan Love and Mac Jones. That you don't need that sort of talent at the quarterback position. You just need someone that can be capable of running this offense at a high level. So the 49ers have Trey Lance, and they have Brock Purdy on their roster, and they are in an interesting position of Sam Darnold. Yes. Yeah. So they have 3 quarterbacks, and I think Brock Purdy feels like the guy will be the starter when he's healthy. So Not a great situation, not traditional, but not bad. Kyle Shanahan's proven at this point he can win with just about anyone back there quarterback. So my Iron Jack poll question, I want to ask you which quarterback position or which quarterback situation would you prefer? So you got that situation. And then we all know we'll get to the Jets and the Packers in a minute. Carolina, they have the first overall pick. So that's a different situation. For the last few years, the team getting to the Super Bowl and sometimes winning it is the team that's got the quarterback on a rookie scale deal. So you can build a whole team around them, let them develop with all the great players around them, and not ask too much of these guys, whether that's Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen. A lot of these QBs, I know I'm missing some as well.
I mean, Patrick, before he got his deal.
Yeah, on his first year as a starter. Yeah, these guys were able to show their worth, but also you didn't have to pay them a ton of money. You were able to build great rosters around them. So that is kind of the modern way to do it. You go back to Russell Wilson with Seattle. I mean, it's not that new that I think ideally you could have a young guy build around, try to win with them, and then hopefully by the time the whole plan is that by the time you have to start paying them, they're ready to take the reins and be the star. Now, you could end up in a bad situation like the Joe Flacco one, that when you paid them, they're good, but they're not worth what you're paying them, then your franchise starts to kind of go bad. That's why we call it Joe Flacco line. But you look at the Carolina Panthers, they have 4 guys they could pick from. I don't know which one's the right one. If it's Richardson, if it's Stroud, if it's Young, or if it's Levis, I don't know which one's right, but they can pick whatever they want, and they get to start over with their guy and coach them up exactly how they want to be. So that's another scenario. You got the Jets, who are in line to get a Hall of Fame, top 10 all-time quarterback who still, even if he plays the same way he played last year, is a top 10 quarterback in the league, and they almost made the playoffs with Joe Flacco, Zach Wilson, and Mike White as their quarterback.
Right.
So not too much of a stretch to think that they would be a lock for the playoffs with the exact same play from Aaron Rodgers that he gave the Packers last year. So that's another scenario. Then you have the Green Bay Packers, who have no idea what they have, but they also have a ticking clock with Jordan Love. But that's a guy that's been able to develop under Aaron Rodgers, and obviously what they're selling or hoping is that Jordan Love will be able to just hit the ground running. Now, I'm asking you, 844-770-3776, our first Iron Jock poll question. I'm asking you, Matt Hamilton, as well. Which quarterback situation, setting aside the rest of the teams, but which quarterback situation would you prefer to be in? The 49ers, where you have one young guy in Brock Purdy that looks like he's ready to go, another young guy with high pedigree, and then a Sam Darnold, a middle-aged quarterback as far as time in the NFL with high pedigree and room to improve. You have the Jets with the aging but still pretty great star in Aaron Rodgers coming their way. Carolina with your pick of the litter. Or you can go with the Green Bay Packers where you have your hand-picked guy who's now developed under Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur's tutelage for the last 3 years and is, in theory, ready to go.
That's an interesting one. My gut, you're going to hate this, my gut tells me the Jets just because it's Aaron Rodgers. And I don't think he's done yet, and I can totally see this guy being King Petty, coming out and having one of his best years. I think he could play very good for the Jets. They got a solid defense, young players around him, great young running back. A lot of potential there. But that said, Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers have the blueprint on how to win with like a robot quarterback, an avatar of the coach, if you will. They've got three guys who I think could fill that role. You have a guy in Trey Lance that might be a little bit more of your extend the play, kind of play a little jazz, go off script a little bit. And that's definitely a good thing. All the great ones are. The thing that scares me about that offense is because the Niners can get to the championship game and they can do really well, but they haven't been able to get it done with this blueprint. The blueprint is showing it's good enough to get to the promised land, but you're not going to get to stay there. You're not going to win. That makes me nervous. But with those three quarterbacks, like I think Darnold, under the right coaching staff, could have been good. He had like the worst scenario in the Jets. Like his first 2 years, he had 3 OCs or something. Mm-hmm. Went to the Panthers, new OC, and then got traded away to San Francisco 49ers. Finally, a little bit of stability in his coaching staff, potentially for Darnold. And then Brock Purdy played great down the stretch. Got thrown to the Wolves like, hey, you're the starter now. Our 2 guys are down. You're third stringer. Next man up. You're the guy. And he proved that he could do it. So I think as the toughest part about the Niners is who are we going to start? Because I think all 3 of those guys could be completely capable of giving that Niners another solid playoff run. And who knows? If they catch lightning in a bottle with one of them, they could get to the Super Bowl and win it. So I think it's the Niners as much as I love Rodgers. And the downside to the Packers is we just don't know what Jordan Love is. I am keeping myself open to changing my opinion down the road. But for right now, Jordan Love is about as unknown as like a Bryce Young or a C.J. Stroud. Like he's literally played 6 quarters of NFL football. I can't make that's only 6 more quarters of football in the NFL than these rookies coming in. So for me to pick either Jordan Love or the Panthers in their rookie idea is like, it's a tough call. Only 30% of first-round quarterbacks hit and go on to be like regular starters. That is not good odds. No. And to think that the Packers nailed it and that he's just been sitting on the bench for 4 years or 3 years is kind of a scary thought. So I'm going Niners first, Jets second. I'd probably go Packers third and then Panthers fourth.
I would take the Panthers first, just from the idea of you are just as unknown with Jordan Love as you are with the quarterback.
You just love the Bears' first-round pick. That it's there. You just want to take the Bears pick.
No. I love the Bears.
Little Bear boy.
But for an example here, you talk about Chicago with Justin Fields, and they are still, even though they like what they have in him, they're still covering their asses on this because they acquired a first-round pick from Carolina next year. So in theory, if Justin Fields busts out, they've added DJ Moore, they've given him some more weapons. They're saying, hey, Justin, you better continue to show improvement as a passer now, or we can move on from you because we have 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks next year that we could use to move up and get our guy. Right. So even them, they're hedging their bet. Like, they think they got their guy, but it's not all the way there, rightfully so. He's not proving he's a Pro Bowler or a franchise guy. He's an elite playmaker, but you need more than that at the quarterback position. So even they're covering their butts. I think the Packers want this first-round pick from the Jets to cover their butts as well. Like, hey, if Jordan Love bombs out, if we have 2 first-rounders next year, and one of them could be high because we'd have our own, if Jordan Love doesn't play well, the team's not going to play well. Well, now we are capable of taking a quarterback very high and starting over. So there's all of that tied in there as well. And I would say as we go to break, and we'll get Alex's thought on the other side, I think there's something to be said. I know the Packers brought in Hendon Hooker as one of their 30 visits. If he's available in the second, third round, drafting a QB is not the worst idea, even if it's a 4th or 5th round QB, because maybe that 7th rounder Brock Purdy is all you need if you have the right coach. Now, is LaFleur the guy that can make any quarterback work in this offense? I don't know, but that's the appeal of this offense.
Yeah.
That Jared Goff can win in this offense, and so can Aaron Rodgers, and so can Brock Purdy. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here. And whether I'm in the gym curling dumbbells or out on the ice curling stones, Iron Jock is my go-to apparel to stay stink-free. Their state-of-the-art silver ion technology is guaranteed to keep you feeling fresh and provide odor-fighting protection for as long as you own it. As a Wisconsin-based company, Iron Jock provides high-quality performance apparel that's designed from the inside out. Visit ironjock.com to get your Iron Jock apparel and use code ESPN25 for 25% off. Iron Jock. It's what's inside that matters.
North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone. Let us leave a legacy on your home.
3801 is your total.
Oh, I'll use my new Lake Ridge Bank card.
They say Lake Ridge Bank is a community bank. Does that really matter?
I think it matters where you bank. It means the money deposited in Lake Ridge Bank stays in our communities. You know that new business down the street? That was financed by Lake Ridge Bank. They even sponsor my kids' teams.
Oh, wow. So it really does matter. How do you know so much about Lake Ridge Bank?
Because I bank there. Visit us online at lakeridge.bank.
Member FDIC.
My eye doctor gives me a lot of great advice. But the best piece of advice she ever gave me was where to go for LASIK. TLC Laser Eye Centers. Did you know that TLC has performed over 2.3 million LASIK procedures nationally, including treatment for over 10,000 doctors? Doctors recommend TLC because that's who they trust with their eyes. So book your free consultation now at TLC Laser Eye Centers, the doctor's choice for LASIK.
Right now, TLC is offering 20% off LASIK when treated in April. That can be over $900 off when treating both eyes. So call 888-TLC-2020 or visit SaveOnTLC.com. That's SaveOnTLC.com, the doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion can be treated in April of 2023 to qualify. 20% off standard price of procedure. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Go to SaveOnTLC.com for details.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
Looking to make an impact in your community? Consider applying to become a mentor with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County currently serves nearly 500 children and has over 200 waiting to be matched with a mentor like you. No skills are required, just a desire to make a difference in the lives of children. Make a big impact. Volunteer today at bbbsmadison.org to complete your application. That's bbbsmadison.org. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Dane County. Together, we are defenders of potential.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Matt, you and Team Schuster, I don't know how to put it, were losers up at the Worlds in Canada.
I don't know how to put it. You guys suck.
Well, I didn't say sucked. I said that they were losers. You can go be a winner by going to Ho Chunk Game in Madison, Matt Hamilton.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I want to get off this losing train and get back into the winner's circle.
Almost $13 million won at Ho Chunk Game in Madison in March. So go there in April and go be a part of that $13 million in jackpots. Last year it was about $128 million in jackpots. So I don't know. These are people in Madison, in Wisconsin, that are winning this money right down the street. Don't miss out. Be one of the people that wins money and gets a jackpot at Ho Chunk Game in Madison. That's where winners go. Speaking of winners, our Iron Jack poll question features different types of winners, whether that is San Francisco, Green Bay. Both, I would say, equal winners over the last 20 years, just in different ways.
Totally.
And then you have Carolina, they've been up and down winners, and the Jets, they're losers. But maybe not anymore that they have Aaron Rodgers. That's why they're obviously one of those teams that are willing to go out and do it. Right now, a lot of homer love on this. 60% of you say the Green Bay Packers. Sean chimes in, Green Bay for sure. Love has worked with the guys there. But how long? I mean, most of the guys that Love started with are gone. So you work with Dobbs and Watson for a year.
He's got a year other of the guys that are there.
Also, by the way, and I know you know this and Matt knows this, but he's not, I know he got some reps, but he's still not getting the same amount of reps a starting QB gets. So, like, in theory, Brock Purdy has more time with his players than Jordan Love has.
Not
with
in
others.
theory. You're right.
You're right. Well, the 49ers next because Purdy played with the guys there. Carolina next because starting over, put it all together. Then the Jets. It seems like a little sour grapes. I definitely see a strong case for the Jets being number one.
I actually almost totally agree with Sean. I would just flip 1 and 2, right? So I'd put Green Bay second behind San Francisco because for San Francisco, they have 2 options, right? And that's what we have to keep in mind. We don't know anything about Trey Lance because he hasn't been able to stay healthy, but they really liked him coming out. And what they've seen out of Brock Purdy is, 8 wins and 1 loss or whatever his record is.
Yep.
So for mystery relevant, he's played pretty damn relevant. So I would go San Francisco 1, Green Bay 2, then Carolina. I would put the Jets last, though, because they're going to do whatever it takes to get a 1-year rental, but then you're going to have the same problem again in a year. As much as you guys know, I'm an Aaron Rodgers defender, I'm an Aaron Rodgers lover, but I'm kind of glad the Packers are getting at when they are, so that's why I put them 2.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. Our first Iron Jock poll question, which one of these team situations would you like to have? 844-770-3776. San Francisco, Green Bay, Carolina, or the Jets? I think picking Green Bay number 1 is insane. I think 3 is probably the right spot. You could sell me over the Jets. I get your point. But I would say San Francisco for sure. And again, the way, if you've been paying attention, I know there's not a number. We don't know what the number 1 QB will do, but we don't know what Jordan Love is at all. We have zero idea what Jordan Love is, and you have a payday hanging over your head for Jordan Love that you're going to have to pick up immediately before the season starts. So you're already on the hook for $20 million for Jordan Love. It could be high. Actually, I think it might have got up to like $22 million for Jordan Love next year, and you have no idea what he is. Carolina can pick a guy and have a 5-year window without really having to pay their QB. I've seen year 5 they would. The Jets have that tight window. But then San Francisco, not only do they have a guy in Purdy, and I think you're right. I think Sam Darnold in this offense could be a capable, basically get you over guy. Because
he got a good deal too, so he's not just there on like a rookie contract. He's getting paid less than like Jordan Love's going to get next year.
Can I throw an idea out to you when you were talking about the draft?
Yeah.
If they feel confident that Brock Purdy is going to be back this year, by the time the draft process starts, what's to stop them from moving off of Trey Lance? I had heard this on a few podcasts. 2nd-round pick seems like what you get for him because he's a year younger as far as not age. He's also a very young QB. Very young QB. I think he's 22, but also he's entering year 3 as a QB. So you have a whole season you could play him before you have to make any decisions on his 5th-year option, unlike Jordan Love. So even if you were able to trade him for a 3rd, that's more ammunition. But if you were able to trade him for a 2nd, let's say you're the 49ers and you trade him to, let's say the Colts don't get their QB or someone else wants a QB. Let's say Atlanta, and they're in a weird spot, and they say, I'll give you a 2nd-round pick for Trey Lance. So now all of a sudden you have Darnold and Brock Purdy, but then you have a second-round pick, too, that you're able to move an asset in Trey Lance. So San Francisco and Carolina, if I'm running a team, if I'm a GM, I want to GM one of those two teams because they have the most options. Green Bay and New York have no options.
Yeah.
It's Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers. That's it. You have no door number 2. You have no plan B. It is Love and Rodgers. And out of those
the bright
two,
side is at least there's no mystery box.
Right. But out of those two, which again makes me put the Packers last, out of those two, I would pick the Jets because I like option 1 as far as a player more than I like option 2 as a player in Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers is proven. We know what he's capable of. He had a down year, but I promise you with the weapons that the Jets have on offense, he is not going to have the same statistical numbers. Their records might be the same, but the numbers Rodgers is going to put up with, and again, no offense to Packer fans, with a more capable offense next year than the Packers had this season, I would not be surprised if Rodgers can go out there and puts up 4,000 yards passing. Again, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to win these games because they're in a tough division with a lot of tough ones ahead of them. But Rodgers, the pieces are there.
The House of D chimes in. Rutledge, you can't assume Carolina has a 5-year window. Look at the Jets with Zach Wilson. The House of D, you proved my point. They can go with Aaron Rodgers for a year. Maybe Zach Wilson can recoup his value, and you still have time with him on his rookie deal. So you proved my point exactly. When you have a young guy, you actually are allowed. Trey Lance is another one. The 49ers are allowed to have mistakes and pay a different guy. Because the Jets drafted Zach Wilson and don't have to pay him, they can go get Aaron Rodgers and win now and still have Zach Wilson, in theory, for the future. That's why the young QB is a strong case to be the best scenario here, but the 49ers have that in Brock Purdy. That's why I'll put the 49ers 1, because they have a proven commodity with Brock Purdy, and then they have a high-level commodity in Trey Lance, which is unproven, an incredibly young guy, and then you have a cheap, cost-efficient quarterback in Sam Darnold. That is an amazing opportunity. Carolina
and
now.
Let's not forget the blueprint on how to win with quarterbacks of that caliber.
Right.
They've done it. They've been there.
Right, exactly.
Got the T-shirt.
Right.
T-shirt.
And so then obviously Carolina is still building out what they're trying to do. They also have Andy Dalton, so they can win a little bit now and have him be the mentor for the young guys. So options. This is what I'm screaming. And if people listen, this is what I'm saying. I don't know what anyone is, but we don't know what Jordan Love is. We know what Brock Purdy is. We don't know what Trey Lance is. So 49ers have 2, and make a case, Sam Darnold, 3 guys where you either feel like they still have some upside left, they're all inexpensive, and they all have, I think, room to grow. Jordan Love, we have no idea what he is, and he's expensive immediately, and not after this upcoming season. He's immediately expensive. You have Carolina that would have a 5-year window to have options. They can do what they want to do in that window. They can screw up like the Jets do, get Aaron Rodgers, and then still have Zach Wilson as a backup plan that maybe you can recuperate or fix him. And then you have the Jets. So the Jets are obviously the furthest down the road in this scenario, Matt. But to your point, the Jets and to my point, the Jets and the Packers don't have options. It's Love or Rodgers. And then when I look at it like that, I go Rodgers.
Yeah, he's been there. He's done everything the Jets are trying to do. They have the offense and the defense to put a decent squad around him where he doesn't have to necessarily put the team on his back. And Jordan Love is just too unknown. I was saying this earlier. You know about as much about Jordan Love as you do about these top 4 guys in this draft coming up. Yeah. Just 6 quarters of football is not enough to get a good evaluation. I'm hoping, and I'm sure the coaching staff has a little bit better idea than us fans because they get to see Jordan Love play a lot more. But, I just don't know if the hype is there. You've had a couple guys trying to pump his tires a little bit, but is that just being a good teammate, or are they being sincere in the fact that they think Jordan Love is ready?
Well, I think they're sincere in the idea that they're hopeful that he's as ready as he can be through practice. Now, I'll reiterate this one more time. Carolina is in a great position because Carolina has 5 years with their quarterback. And if you try to use Zach Wilson as the example of why you don't have 5 years with a quarterback, you're proven wrong because the Jets are able to acquire Aaron Rodgers, yet still keep Zach Wilson as a developmental QB while having Aaron Rodgers. So Zach Wilson is not a good example of why Carolina would not have 5 years with a quarterback, because Carolina can draft Bryce Young, and if Andy Dalton goes out this year and crushes it, they could just sit Bryce Young another year and make a decision in the future. It gives them options. They have as much time as possible. They have 4 years before they have to make a decision on their quarterback, just like the Jets still have more time with Zach Wilson to make a decision on him, which is why that's the ideal scenario to be in. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. With the NFL Draft just over 2 weeks away, ESPN NFL Draft insider Todd McShay has ranked his top 100 prospects in this year's NFL Draft. 3 Badgers have cracked the top 100, including 2 of which in the top 50. Center Joe Tippmann ranks number 35 on McShay's list, while nose tackle Keanu Benton comes in just behind him at 43rd overall. Just sneaking in the top 100, outside linebacker Nick Herbig ranks 98th in McShay's rankings. Get caught up on the full list at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by April 30th and get 0% APR for 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com/radio.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Make sure to head to ESPN Madison on TikTok to see Matt Hamilton's reality versus fantasy return to the Spark Building at ESPN Madison. Great work, Matt Hamilton.
Also on our Instagram page.
Oh, we have an Instagram.
We have an Instagram again.
Awesome. Also at ESPN Madison on Instagram as well. And on Twitter, you can see our Iron Jock poll question. Which one of these teams' quarterback situation would you like to have? San Francisco is climbing up each time I refresh this. They are now at 31% as far as which of these quarterback situations would you prefer to have: San Francisco, Green Bay Packers, Carolina Panthers, or the New York Jets. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Packers and Jets, we almost have to put a little bit of a grading curve on them since we are in Wisconsin, and there's definitely sour grapes towards Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, and obviously a lot of hope around the Green Bay Packers. 844-770-3776 is how you chime in on those. But, Maddie, I know that you love to wear the Iron Jock arm sleeve when you get an opportunity when you're curling because you're an athletic fella, but you also sweat, and it's not a stinky.
Yeah, and I actually had my Iron Jock arm sleeve at the World Championships. I had to take a black Sharpie to the letters Iron Jock. I could keep the logo, but they told me the logo was too big.
Oh,
so I had to black it out so it wouldn't be shown up. But it doesn't matter what's on the outside. It only matters what's on the inside. And that's silver ion technology that's guaranteed to keep you feeling fresh and provide odor-fighting protection for as long as you own it. It's a Wisconsin brand, which is why I love it. You should love it, too, because they provide the highest quality performance apparel that's designed from the inside out. That's right. They have the high-quality fabrics and constructed and designed for an active and comfortable fit. You can go to ironjock.com right now to get your Iron Jock apparel, and you can use code ESPN25 for 25% off your Iron Jock order. That's code ESPN25, and that's ironjockjoc.com. It's what's inside that matters.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. He's Matt Hamilton. We are presented by Coors Light. I am Rutledge here, and Matt,
and I am Hamilton.
You are Hamilton. I am Rutledge.
I am Lamp.
You are
to be
Stroke.
Seen and not heard.
Zip it back there, Zippy.
Okay.
So we are asking that question. I do think voting for the Packers is number one in this scenario between the 49ers, Jets, Carolina, and the Packers is definitely a little home cooking.
Yeah, I mean, and guys, don't get me wrong. Jim, he's speaking from the heart. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to guard my heart a little bit right now with Jordan Love. I certainly have no idea what his ceiling is. We've hopefully seen the floor in that Kansas City game to see how, what he's at his worst could be. Now, I'd love to see how much better he could be, and who knows? That could be a Jimmy Garoppolo, or it'd be great if he could get up to a Kirk Cousins caliber. But we don't know that, and we're going to have to sign him to a $22 million deal this spring before we get to see any more football out of the guy.
Is it good or bad?
It's scary.
Well, I was going to say this. So let's say that's the more realistic, I don't want to say ceiling, but Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, not the worst scenario for Jordan
if he
Love.
became a Kirk Cousins, I would be just thrilled. Look at those. I mean,
I agree.
The Vikings have been, especially Kirk, the last 2 seasons, I feel like, has been incredibly efficient.
But
he has his moments.
We're viewing this in a vacuum, though.
Yes.
Would you have forced Aaron Rodgers out of town for a young Kirk Cousins? Because that's what you did here.
No.
That's the baggage that goes with Jordan Love.
Totally.
No, see, that's the thing is if you could guarantee me that in the next 2 years he's going to put up Kirk Cousins-esque numbers, yeah, you push Rodgers out. He's already lost the fans. You push out the aging quarterback.
That's not what I asked,
and you
though.
take that guy. Right now, he could be much, much worse than a Kirk Cousins. So that's why I'm so afraid of it.
But that's not what I asked.
You're trying to get us. You're trying to set it up as are you choosing Kirk Cousins over Aaron Rodgers?
But that's what I asked, because if Goody in his brilliant forethought said, you know what, I'm going to annoy my Hall of Fame quarterback.
It is what it is, man.
And have him be so alienated and frustrated with our franchise by drafting the next Kirk Cousins that he leaves our team. Because going back to the Big Bang Theory here.
Going all the way back to the draft.
Yeah, drafting Jordan Love, the next Kirk Cousins, to upset your quarterback to the point that you upset your quarterback to the point that your fans are done with them, your team is done with them, and you walk away with him before he is completely washed to draft the next Kirk Cousins. That's what I'm asking you. Are you happy with that?
Whoa.
You play to win the game.
Definitely not.
Clearly no.
Definitely not, because you don't draft him. Who knows what these last 4 years would have been as far as
the will I, won't I
Here's the
situation.
thing. It could be 5 years is more also the point. It could have been 5 or 6 years if you didn't annoy Aaron. And I'd like to point out you could
5
have
years
had
of what?
Of Aaron playing football instead of
and probably being real gung-ho about it.
with throwing the ball to T. Higgins. With Jalen Hurts as your future. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Oh, yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Strofe, your Sports Center update, brought to you by this beautiful weather, also brought to you by the Green and Gold Fix podcast, home to the best Packers conversation from ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe, rate, and review the Green and Gold Fix podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. Well, we start in the NBA. We'll talk about the Bucks being the 1 seed, but how about this? The final week of the regular season, Bobby Portis named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. The first time he's received such that honor in his career. Portis, a frontrunner for the Sixth Man of the Year award, certainly ending the regular season on a high note. The Bucks, as mentioned, are the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, which means they don't know their first-round opponent in the playoffs yet. It will be one of these 4 teams: the Miami Heat, the Atlanta Hawks, the Toronto Raptors, or the Chicago Bulls. All 4 of those teams in the NBA play-in tournament, which begins tomorrow. The Bucks playoff series starts on Sunday. To the MLB we go. The Brewers, with the second-best record in the major leagues at 7-2. They take on the Diamondbacks tonight. 8:40 first pitch. Wade Miley on the mound for the Crew.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got to chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
She wasn't Mrs. Alaska, girl.
Talk about a dump truck.
Jeez.
Hey now.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
We continue live from the Spark Building, and by we, I mean
me,
Matt Hamilton, Olympic gold medalist, still living off that gold medal.
Yeah.
Not
sure
off
am.
what he did at the Worlds, I'll tell you that. But
yeah, I don't have anything else to write home about right now, so we're just going to stick with Olympic gold medalists.
It's better than most. It's better than most. We're live from the Spark Building. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light. Oh, I missed that.
Yes, and we missed you saying it. It's just not the same with Alex Strofe. Oh, hey, Alex.
No, that's all right. I don't necessarily disagree. As much as I love crushing Coors Lights and did so all weekend.
At Easter, too?
Yeah.
I crushed some Coors Light on. So right at the end of the year, the porch was not put, or the deck was not put in until basically Thanksgiving. It was finally finished. So we got our new chairs from the Bruce Company, our Adirondack chairs. I picked them up on Saturday.
How are those looking?
Amazing. And I mean this in the best way possible. They are heavy as sin, which means they're not going anywhere. Like to the point, like I asked my wife, I'm like, I can carry this on my own, but like, so I don't accidentally clip something. Like, can you just carry the other half of it? And she's like, oh wow, this is heavy. But that's a good quality chair. So we sat in them.
Oh, windstorm, no problem.
Right, exactly. We actually positioned them on the deck in a way that, because we had other chairs on the deck that blow around when the wind comes through. These aren't going anywhere, so we positioned them on the windy spot in the deck. We'll have you guys over sooner than later by Alex Stroh from Rutledge and Hamilton, not you, the listeners. But you guys here have you over, and we'll crack some Coors Light. But my wife and I crack some Coors Light and
Still
put our
waiting
feet
on
up.
that
And
invite, Stroh.
What invite?
I haven't gotten invited over to Jim's place yet.
I have not in over a year.
The only time I get to go over there is if I got shoes
yes,
for delivery.
Yes, that is true. That is true. We'll show you the whole thing. But now it's actually nice enough to be outside.
Yeah, 69 degrees out right now.
Nice.
Nice, right? Very nice.
Very nice. The nicest.
I will never forget watching the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure with Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters is the other guy. Not much of a star, but Keanu Reeves. And I think I was probably 6th, 7th grade. And my wife says this is a problem now, like in even 4th and 5th grade, where she'll hear kids say stuff, but they have no idea what it means, including 69.
Yeah.
But even at that point, in the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, George Carlin plays the time-traveling kind of guide. And he's like, all right, guys, pick a number, any number, and I'll tell you what it is because I'm from the future. And the guys go, 69! And like, all of my friends and I were like, 69! I have no idea the other meaning behind 69. You're just like, 69! Hey now! I feel like that was definitely in Alex Stroh's AOL screen name. Am I right?
No doubt. It actually was. I'm impressed you knew that. That's incredibly impressive.
It's not. It's just very generic.
I believe it was IXFR6969 was my AIM username.
IXFR.
Yeah, I don't know what that stands for. I probably did back in the day, but
ladies, man.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Well, let's keep in mind when AIM was popular, I was also in like 3rd grade. So
again, you're one of those people my wife's talking about. These stupid boys saying things they have no idea what any of it means.
Well, yeah, my older brother's like messaging all his girlfriends, middle school girlfriends on
and
AIM.
he
So
did.
I'm like,
also,
hey, I want to
right.
do AIM. Yeah.
And your middle school brother also did not know what it meant. I would imagine in middle school. It's still a little early.
It's probably accurate.
It's still a little early to really grasp what's going on there.
Maybe. Yeah.
This is Rutledge and not all of us are drowning it like Matt Hamilton. Did you have a mustache in middle school too? Or
Probably.
I literally started growing this mustache in middle school, and it's just finally become full enough to be seen without I don't know.
It's looking good right now.
It looks
by the
good,
way.
yeah.
It's at a good spot.
Yeah, I think so too. Wife does not love it.
Why not?
I don't know.
Does she typically love it?
No.
Oh, really? She's never been a fan.
Never been a fan.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that.
No, Matt's got a good mustache. My wife wants nope. If I grow a mustache, she's mad.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
it's got to be the full beard or nothing.
Yeah, and it's funny to Matt's point about sometimes wives can assume they know what's going to look good. Like he brought up earlier as far as his long hair.
Yeah.
And I brought up earlier that my wife thinks I'm going to look phallic with a short haircut, which I'm going to go get now.
Choice.
What's that?
It's such a word choice.
Well, I feel like that's the safest one.
It is.
And so then, but you grew out your hair, and now your wife likes it, wants you to grow it back out. You're currently in the process. My wife was not necessarily into the beard, and she's like, I don't know, beard. But now she is not happy and I don't shave the beard much, but if I shave it down to a mustache, like for Movember or things like that, not thrilled.
Yeah, that's fair. And at the end of the day, they should get a say. But the other part of me is like, what? You're gonna break up with me because I have facial hair? Like that would be the best excuse. I could tell people that that's the scenario, and I would get sympathy dates from that.
See, and
she dumped you because of a mustache? Like, how petty?
Rip and Rona chimes in. It's definitely a problem in 4th grade. Check confirmed as far as kids saying the number 69 without any idea of what in the world they are talking about. But also, I said to my wife all the time, like, you're too deep.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you now. Like,
I've got to do something egregious, not just having a mustache.
Right.
That's not going to get you off the hook.
It happens all the time. Like, why'd you pick this up? I don't know, but you're in too deep. We got 2 kids. Like, it's just, I'll do my best. I'm not trying, but you're in too deep. If you don't like my mustache, you don't like my haircut, it just is what it is.
Sorry.
The Deerfield idiot who wants to get lunch. Still down for that. Matt,
Who is that?
Matt, say hi to your dad, Scott, from Dave at Stills and R&R and Door Creek.
So can we update his name to Dave the Deerfield Idiot?
Sure. I didn't change it, so...
Who made that?
I don't know.
You're sure that wasn't you?
I don't know how to make anything on here at all. I
don't
literally
think
know how
that
to
was
read.
me.
All I know how to do is read the talking text line, 844-770-3776. So I think I'm going short haircut tomorrow. So when you guys see me tomorrow, are we good with this? Is this what we're voting on?
Buzzed out?
Yeah,
I think we should go bald.
I'm going to lean. I'm going to lean on my hairstylist Bree, and I think Matt's got the right idea. It's going to be tight cut, like kind of the length of my beard.
So it's going to be short.
That's what I think the play should be.
I think you should go bald. Just embrace it.
Because I'm not quite there yet.
Well, half your head is, Jimmy.
I feel like 43%.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
This could be like, it's not a midlife. I turned 43 this month, so I don't know if that's part of it.
So yeah, I think for every year you age, that's the percentage of hair coverage you still have.
Yes.
So right now you're at 42 3/4 coverage right now, or lack of coverage. And as you get older, it's just dwindling away. At what point? Where's the tipping stone where it just balls the play?
Your birthday's on a Saturday this year?
Is it? Yeah, because I'm going to go to the spring game stuff.
Yeah, that's the launch. Yeah.
When we do the, it's funny. The older I get, though, with my hair, there's like some sort of like Venn diagram of like I feel more comfortable with having less hair because it's like when you're 33, you're like, it's not great. I have a bald spot. At 43, you're like, whatever.
Plus, the maintenance is going to be like go from maybe 10 minutes to 0 minutes.
Right, and I got a lot of hats I can wear, and
Be curious,
It's summer.
not judgmental.
Be a little cooler, a little more streamlined.
Absolutely.
Kayaking, I can win all the races. I'm not in, but the Adam and Madison chimes in. Buzz cut never fails. Ask a Marine. That's fair. And look, to be honest, I'm looking good. I lost some weight. I work out a carbon. Like I can pull off like a little better look. It's not as good if you're a little chubby. I can't pull off the buzz cut. I feel like it's a little better now.
I want bald Jimmy. Have you ever been bald?
Many times. I even had a shaved head like in high school.
You said it over the pandemic was the last
pandemic
time?
as well, and then at some point, I think after Rosie was born as well. Not that I had a lot to do with my hair, but it's like I'm shaving my head and deal with it later. Like as far as baby, you're just trying to streamline all the free time you got. So I don't even want to spend time looking at my hair, combing it, washing it, or getting it cut.
I feel like you could have a good John Travolta feel to you. Bald head, good beard.
I was hoping more like Bruce Willis, but I guess I'll take that's kind of the ideal, right? Who actually 844-770-3776. Who's the best looking bald guy out there?
I mean,
there's Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. I honestly, Jason Statham kind of pulls off a little bit of like the buzz cut look.
Yeah,
I think it's probably Jason Statham.
Yeah. So who's the best bald is beautiful actor or athlete out there? 844-770-3776. I mean, you look at athletes, you go like a Jordan, obviously did it as well.
Right.
I don't want to be like, LeBron, obviously the jokes with him now, his hair keeps on receding and like.
The greatest comeback in NBA history didn't happen on a court.
Right, exactly.
Happened on LeBron's head.
Right, exactly. Obviously, Adam Madison chimes in with the Walter White look.
Mr. Clean's kind of hot.
Mr. Clean, there you go.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean's kind of hot. I'm not going to lie.
They got awkward for Molly when she comes back when I got the Mr. Clean look going on.
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now.
I did check in with Molly. Her and baby and family are doing great. If those who are listening, she'll be back in a couple more months here. Happy to have her back when she does return. But if you are wondering, Molly Brown had a baby, 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
3 or 4 weeks ago. Flies by. Easy for us to say.
Certainly does.
But it's actually flying by more for her. I mean, it's a grind, but I guarantee it's going by like in a snap of the fingers.
Oh, no doubt.
Best of luck to Molly Brown and her family with that. We'll see her in a few more months here after the summer is done. But best bald is beautiful actor, 844-770-3776. I'm trying to think of who else has been able to pull it off. I think Bruce Willis is a famous one. Obviously, The Rock is a famous one. Walter White, but I don't know if that's a good look, but maybe it's not a bad look there.
I mean,
well, one of the greatest characters in modern television was Walter White.
For
right?
sure.
Yes, played by Bryan Cranston, of course.
Now, I don't want you showing up dressed in the garb, where they strip down to the underwear and it's just him in a gas mask and his bald head and his tighty whities running around the desert. Nobody wants that, Jimmy.
No. I'm looking better, but I don't think nobody didn't see me.
Not there yet.
Nobody's seen me in the tighty whities. Vin Diesel, Patrick Stewart, Ed Harris, as I look up some names here. Best bald is beautiful actors.
Bruce Willis is a good one, though.
Billy Zane.
Samuel L. Jackson. He's bald, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Ty Diggs. But he's also like a model, so I'm not pulling that one off. Kelly Slater, the surfer. That's a good one. He was famous for it, which is funny. You don't think of surfers with shaved heads, but he was rocking that for a while. So 844-770-3776. The best bald is beautiful actors out there in honor of me cutting my hair short. Here's what I'm not going to do. I think you guys agree on this. Like, again, my wife's just in it now. She's married to me. It is what it is. I'm not going to tell the fam I'm going to get the haircut short tomorrow. I'm just going to arrive.
Yeah, just do it.
Because also at times I get annoyed. I come home, I get a nice haircut, I look good. I come in the office, you guys, I look good. I get home. Honestly, it's Magnolia's the only one that ever notices every time. She's like, Dad, you got a haircut. You look great. And I'm always like, oh, yeah. I meant to say something. Oh, sure you did. So
I bet you did.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, just ask for forgiveness, not permission when it comes to the haircut.
Exactly.
100%.
And if
Plus, you don't want more input.
Exactly. Yes, I'm done with it. I'm going to let all major life decisions now be made by the Rutledge and Hamilton family for the show. If she doesn't like it, I'll just go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton and take her out for a nice dinner, and all will be forgiven. So, like, you want to talk about like a forgiveness thing to do? You screw up, or you're gone for a long time, Mr. Matt Hamilton. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, a great place to take the significant other and have a great time. Have some wine, have a steak, have some great appetizers, have an amazing dessert, have a whole experience out there, and Lee will make sure it is amazing. Otherwise, you can go to the bar, hang out with Kevin. He'll make you whatever drink you want. You want a martini, an old-fashioned, Manhattan, anything in between, he's got you covered, and he's going to remember your drink. So whether it's for a happy hour, networking, business event, dinner with family, or a dinner with a date, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton is the spot to be. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Yo, 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 what's up, party people? I'm Julie Foudy.
And I'm Lynn Ozawi.
We host the ESPN podcast Laughter Permitted, where we have candid chats with trailblazing women in sports and beyond.
We've talked with goats like Billie Jean King, Simone Biles, Mia Hamm, Sue Bird, Candace Parker, Michaela Schifrin, just to name a few.
So grab a donut or 500 and check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor, Ally, who has supported us since day one.
It's Laughter Permitted. Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fishhead Tree Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fishhead Tree Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
A wide array of opportunities abound at Waste Management.
I had an opportunity to meet the CEO of the corporation, and he sat down and talked to me like you and I. That guy didn't have to speak to me, but he made me feel like, okay, I am somebody, and I started to filter this out to my team. The #1 commodity of Waste Management is their people. They really care about us.
Join the Waste Management family. Just search online, Waste Management Careers.
People aren't rates or policies. Hi, this is Iric, and here at Nations Lending, making home loans human means seeing past the numbers.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Take it from me. The team at Nations Lending in Monona truly values conversations, genuinely getting to know you and your needs to find the best home loan for you. Let them help you the way they helped my wife Becca and me. Go to nationsmadison.com to connect with a local personal mortgage advisor today.
Nations Lending, home loans made human.
Corporate NMLS unique identifier number 32416 to verify mortgage company or individual license. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Nations Lending is an equal housing lender.
Your fitness on your time. Hi, it's Sarah Tauscher for the Prairie Athletic Club. Group fitness classes are now being offered every hour at the Pack, helping you achieve all of your health and fitness goals. Choose from Body Pump, RPM, and Sprint, just to name a few. Make health and fitness a part of your everyday life in 2023. Come see for yourself why the Prairie Athletic Club is voted the best place to work out year after year. Spring forward with savings on your membership. Visit prairieathletic.com for details. That's prairieathletic.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
I should be dancing the pain away, the pain away. I'm gonna wear my favorite colors.
Ridgetop Exteriors provides the best quality roof, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. We love them because they're the trusted, recommended experts, and they consider customer service their number one goal and strive to exceed the expectations of the homeowners they serve. They're local. They live and work in the areas they serve, so the people they're often helping are their friends and neighbors. There's a no-interest, low-interest financing options available, so you can go online right now to ridgetopexteriors.com and get a free estimate for your next project. And like I said, no interest or low interest financing available. So check it out and do what's right for you. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Let's throw some stones.
The guys live in glass houses, but that's never stopped them before.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
It's time to throw some stones.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
On Rutledge and Hamilton, brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Good to be back. It is time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton each and every day. I scour the interwebs to figure out what the heck has happened in the last, we got 72 at this point. I've got questions. Jim and Matt have answers. I'll score them threatened at the end. We'll crown a winner of Monday's edition of Throwing Stones. Fellas, I just have an open-ended question for you to start. All right.
Great.
Whoever, what's the right way to phrase this? Blacked out with your mother?
I've not blacked out, but I've definitely gotten, a couple sheets to the winds with my parents before.
Yeah, I did it big time on Saturday in the wonderful city of Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was all.
So I learned this little, I think this is an Easter hack, and I'll share it with you guys. It's from our friend Chad at Frank Distributing.
Yeah.
So they host Easter, and they said, you know what? We're doing it on a Saturday. Because people, they come early, they stay late, you're not leaving at 8, 9 o'clock, and then you're just shot on Monday.
Right.
You do it on Saturday, and then you have your whole Sunday, especially the weather was nice. He was able to get the way he described
I got around
it.
to golfing.
Yeah, so nice. I'm jealous. So he was able to get out, get a ton of yard work done, and watch the Masters.
That's awesome.
And so that was, but like,
I
that
like
was,
that, yeah.
But like, do it on Saturday because you have more of a leeway to. The whole point of it is to get together for family and everything, so you have a leeway to be able to enjoy the rest of the day.
That's brilliant.
I agree. All right, let's start. Today, April 10th, National Farm Animals Day.
Okay.
You guys know how I feel about farm animals. Shout out to Baby Strophe. But what is the best farm animal, Matthew?
Ooh, best farm animal. I gotta say, it's probably a goat. Goats get along with every other farm animal. A lot of these animals like having little, support animals. Like a horse and a goat can be best friends. A goat and a pig. A goat and a chicken. The goat is it's your best friend at the farm. It is going to make the farm run smoothly. It's like the comic relief for all the other animals. I'm like the goat of the office here. When I'm not here, I imagine it's quiet and dingy, but when I am, we're high-fiving, we're doing papa shots. I feel like it's a totally different vibe. So I think it's goat for sure.
How do we break it to him? I think I'm the
I
goat
got
of the
multiple
office.
texts from our teammates here saying, I miss you. I wish you were back.
But Matt, you're here for an hour a day out there.
I know.
Well,
and
Matt,
it's that perfect amount. Too much of me is too much of me.
Matt,
it's the perfect amount.
I hate to break it to you. We have nice teammates. I got those texts too.
I also got those texts.
When I was out. Now, here's the other part of it here. Let's be honest, folks. The three of us, this triumphant here, makes it go. Because the three of us were out for basically a week.
That's true.
This was probably the saddest place on earth. No Hamilton, no Rutledge, no Strofe. What in God's name were they doing during this time slot, let alone in the office?
Yeah.
I mean,
running it with the hall monitor.
Sorry. Honestly, we should never do that to these folks again.
We're sorry.
Is a horse a farm animal?
I would allow it.
Okay. So I will go with horse. It's my youngest daughter's. I mean, you want to talk about loving it. My youngest daughter is obsessed with horses. It's freaking me out. I'm going to have to get her around horses as we've been doing.
I got you.
Yes, that's right. You do have me when we get her some barn, some opportunities to be around horses and all of that. So she's absolutely in love with horses. And you know what? I'm come around on it. Before was horses, whatever. But the more I'm around them, I'm like, these are pretty amazing animals.
Yeah.
And what an amazing movie I watched, Secretariat. That horse, I'm not going to call it an athlete, but good God.
That's an athlete.
Yeah,
for sure.
The stories behind it and the horse racing stuff and some of the horse racing movies, I'm all in on horses now.
Yeah, first thing I did when I got home was my sister took me out to the farm, say hey to some of the people that are running it.
Yeah.
And I got to talk to some of the horses, like Bourbon,
Yeah.
Hammer,
Those are
the
good names. Those
and
are
they're,
good horse
they're
names.
Belgian horses, so these things are like almost Clydesdale big.
Wow.
Like these things are gigantic.
And they're calming, aren't they?
They're super calm. Like you can call them and they will come to you. And I just put my hand out and they would kind of lip at your hand.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, scary because these things are giants.
Yeah.
But man, are they adorable. So we got to get your daughters out to the farm.
Yes, and I appreciate that. And also just adding to it, I know for a fact I got a friend whose daughter has some PTSD from serving and working around horses and being around horses, and she's not alone in this. It helps. It is something that you can do to help recover some of that. Horses are pretty majestic and awesome, so I'm going to go with the horse.
Both good picks. But you guys know me. I'm a cow guy. Baby Strophy.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
There's nothing wrong with cows either. Cows are great too.
No, I know.
They're lovely.
But also,
I think all three are good picks.
Yes.
That was a good conversation on that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Bobby Portis,
Yes.
in the final week of the regular season, wins his first ever Player of the Week award. Wins Eastern
Saw that.
Conference Player of the Week last week. Portis making a really good push for Sixth Man of the Year this year. But I wanted to ask, in Wisconsin sports, who is the biggest cult hero currently? So the three that I came up with are Bobby, A.J. Dillon with the Packers, and Luke Fickell of the Wisconsin Badgers. Which of those would you call, or maybe I missed one, Jim, we'll start with you, the biggest cult hero, sports cult hero in Wisconsin right now?
I'll go with Bobby, and maybe it's AJ, but Bobby is actually, and Matt, you missed this conversation, Bobby's living up to the full hype. Not only is he beloved and a fan favorite, sometimes these fan favorites, and this isn't the case with Dillon and obviously not with Fickell, but sometimes these fan favorites, think of Jake Kummerow, are more like living, breathing mascots and not actually good players. Bobby Portis is every bit deserving of winning Sixth Man of the Year, and he is as important, if not more important, than some of the starters for the Milwaukee Bucks, especially with Chris Middleton's knee issue. I know it's not an exact apples-to-apples switch-out, but Bobby Portis is one of the main drivers to the success of the Milwaukee Bucks and their overall vibe, so I'm going to go Bobby on that one.
Not a bad pick. I don't think there is a bad pick here, but I'm going to say A.J. Dillon. The guy literally embraces Door County and Wisconsin more than any of the other guys. And I guess maybe I don't follow Bobby as closely.
How dare you not pick your Coors Light, brother?
And I love Coors Light, and I love Bobby Portis, but what A.J. Dillon does, and you see him around doing things in Wisconsin, he is embracing that Wisconsin lifestyle and then showing it to all of his Wisconsin fans. That is so endearing. I think he's got to be the guy that you pick for most beloved Wisconsin mascot athlete.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly with all of those selections because I came up with them. I'm a genius.
You're brilliant, Alex.
All right, 69 degrees out today.
Nice.
And I'm wearing shorts. First time all year I've worn shorts,
Yeah.
in Wisconsin at least.
Yeah.
Now, I have this tendency to when I go to shorts, I'm not going back to long pants.
Okay.
Now, is this fool's gold, April 10th, 69 degrees, or is
Nice.
this, or are we, are we actually in spring? Jim Rutledge, I start with you because you're nice.
I don't know if it's fool's gold or not, but I'm with you. So I don't do the shorts thing, and I mean this with all due respect. It's hard for me to feel professional at the office with shorts, but you don't have to be.
Right, I'm in a different role.
I've been in the programming roles. Shorts, you're wearing nicer shorts nowadays. You wore basketball shorts. So good for you at least wearing cargo shorts or whatever it is you're wearing. So
Not cargo, but
There's tots in the pocket.
Napoleon.
Fuck, get the tots. But I'm usually sometime mid-March. The first nice day in March, I put away basically every outside of two of my favorite hoodies and anything warm, it just goes away. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm only going to wear my favorites as comfort clothes if I have to. And I'm switching my mindset. I bring my T-shirts out. I hang them all back up. I'm ready to go. So I'm with you. I don't necessarily wear the shorts out every day, but I am definitely switched my closet from winter to spring.
Did dude just say he hangs his T-shirts?
I do.
What's wrong with that? I hang my
don't know.
T-shirts.
That's just odd.
I just lose track. I used to have them fold up in a drawer, but I just lose track. I end up picking the same T-shirts.
Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. It is what it is.
I hang up almost all of my clothes, believe it or not, when I actually do.
All of it.
outside of underwear and socks.
60% of the time, 100% of the time, Alex Stroh things up his face.
Wild. I do not have the space to do that. So, but yes, spring has sprung, baby. We are done with the pants, the sweatshirts. They're just a fashion accessory at this point. You don't need them for the function of what they are anymore. This is one of the best times of year. We're starting to see some color back on the ground. The outfits are 10 out of 10 right now. Jeans, t-shirt, cool shoes, sharp hat. It's the best season of the year for just looking your best. So, yeah, it is time, Stroh.
I agree with you on that. Last one for you fellas. Rudy Gobert of the Minnesota Timberwolves has been told he's not traveling with the team for the play-in tournament that the Minnesota Timberwolves are in after punching a teammate, or at least attempting to on the sideline.
He punched him in the shoulder.
Yeah. That was good. It's very good. I'm blanking on the guy's name now. Something
Anderson.
Yeah.
Kyle, I think.
Kyle Anderson. You got it, Jim. Nice job.
Mr. NBA.
There's a point for you. Yeah, that's Matt Hamilton.
Also, we dropped the ball. I don't know if we should have Maddie do it. We just stopped Molly's game at some point, and now she's gone.
Where is this coming from?
I just thought about it now. We talk about the NBA stuff. I'm like, we haven't bet on anything in forever. We haven't done Molly's game in forever.
Well, I felt like we needed Molly.
We're just going to put on pause for 3 months. We have to revisit that separately. Sorry.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Just a little show prep.
I think it's crazy that he punched him. There's definitely 100% times I've wanted to punch Schuster, but I don't. And I'm sure he's wanted to punch me and the rest of the team, but we don't because we realize what's on the line. And we're not making millions of dollars. So it's crazy to me that some guy who is on the verge of a play-in game for the playoffs, arguably the best player on that team, is going to go ahead and try and sock someone on his own team. The guy is a disappointment to the Minnesota fans. He's a disappointment to basketball fans everywhere. That's a booty move.
Way to save that segment. Go on, Joe.
Separately, I would love, even if it's just as a farce, to see Team Schuster just break down into punches on the ice. Just because also probably be some slippage, too, as you're trying to,
That's true.
It just all fall into a pile of bodies. But just more as a farce, not as a real thing. Then separately, that Rudy Gobert trade might go down as the Herschel Walker trade in the NFL because
they've traded. Minnesota's on the back end.
Yeah, they traded multiple first-round picks, but just the first one they traded, Walker Kessler from Auburn, is outperforming Rudy Gobert. The Jazz would not trade Walker Kessler straight up for Rudy Gobert right now. Rudy Gobert doesn't seem to fit what Minnesota's trying to do with Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Richardson. He seems like a guy that's actually clogging up the middle and causing problems, and they can't get rid of him, and they owe him I think in 3 years it'll be a $47 million contract for him. I mean, that is a massive, what do they say, when big swings go bad, that's what you're stuck with. Rudy Gobert in a terrible contract. He's a fine player, but you gave up so much, and you can't trade him without adding pieces to trade him, and they don't have any pieces to trade with him.
Gobert suspended for Tuesday's play-in game against the Lakers. Power forward Jaden McDaniels.
He broke his hand, right?
Fractured his hand punching a wall in the tunnel after the game on Sunday.
Yep. What do we call that, Devin Williams?
Yeah, Devin Williams.
I was just thinking that.
Bunch of idiots. Speaking of non-idiots, though. The guy needs a win, so he gets one. Matt Hamilton, our winner of today's
I'm not taking that as a pity win. That's a real win for Matt. And I'm going to use this time, instead of dunking on Jim or thanking Alex,
you got to do this.
I'm going to tell you about, I made the greatest jersey swap in the history of jersey swaps at the end of the curling tournament that I was just at, and I will tell you more about it next.
Congratulations on your slump buster. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Gold medalist Matt Hamilton here to tell you about Wisconsin's best choice for roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors. I know they're the trusted local experts who consider customer service their #1 goal, but don't just take my word for it. Jake and Dawn are both recent customers who left 5-star reviews for the outstanding service and quality of work on their projects. Get a free estimate for your home project today by logging on to ridgetopexteriors.com. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
Ben Brust from Scalzo and Brust to tell you about one of my favorite teams in the area, Zimbrick European. For over 3 years, I've trusted them with my car buying process, and I'm never going anywhere else. From Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, their pre-owned and Sprinter vans, they have something for everyone. Don't drive something ordinary when you can drive something extraordinary. I love the sexiest car on the lot that I found this time, a nice Zimbrick Mercedes. Find what you love. Test drive, and they will make leasing affordable. Zimbrick European.
I am the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here, and I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his training staff for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with this game-changing, FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to learn more.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
This one's for the hopheads. Low in bitterness with a huge hop and flavor, the City Lights Hazy IPA has won its fair share of awards. It bested 346 other entries in the most prestigious category in craft beer's most prestigious contest. As if that's not enough, City Lights Hazy IPA also won gold at the Denver International Beer Competition in 2022, and it was the highest rated IPA in the world for 2 years straight. City Lights Brewing Company, brewing beers which make thirst worthwhile.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of City Lights Hazy IPA. This gold medal decorated beer is hoppy and right for any IPA lover. Gold medal, Rutledge and Hamilton, what could go better? Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer. This month it is City Lights Hazy IPA on Rutledge and Hamilton, 2:45 every Thursday.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things, what you're doing. And in my head, I paint a picture.
The tease of all teas for Mr. Matt Hamilton before the break. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
That's rule number 14 in good radio, Jim.
It is. Alex, I shared... So as he brings this, it references something.
The 20 ass-kicking elements of radio?
Now, one of the ass-kicking elements of radio is not referencing something that the listener does not know anything about, just randomly on the air.
Hold on. Are you sure? Let me look through it real quick.
But
he's right.
No context to it. So I just dropped it on Matt's computer before last segment. I think he took a little offense. So during the break, I'm like, hey, we have these things, sometimes they're helpful, like within the company. And like, I don't think the calls are great. At times, I've been on them a ton, so like they're fine, but like most of the time, it's people patting themselves on the back. So this one, I mean, it really is. It's like this one time,
people
Bandcamp,
like me.
I told this amazing story on the air, and everyone loved it. But with
people
this,
like me.
It is like good, like little. I have one on my desk too of like tips for being a great radio, like an endorser. And just every once in a while, you can look at it, or being a good radio host. You can just kind of glance at it. Same thing here. You can kind of glance at it, but. Yes, that was one of the ass-kicking things of radio hosts is how to tease. So you teased us, baby.
Jimmy, I have a question before we move on.
Yeah.
Of those 20, how many of those do you think you do frequently?
Oh, let's do a little Tinder time after this then. We can run through it. You can tell me. I don't even have to guess.
All right.
Go ahead. You teased
With
us.
The tease.
Give us the payoff.
So,
pay it off.
Like a lot of sports, you see guys trading jerseys after events, after games. I had a couple extra jerseys and a couple people who wanted to trade. So I got a great trade. One of the goats of curling, Nicholas Edin, the Swedish skip who won the Olympic gold medal last year.
I swear to God, Matt, if it's about this curling guy, I'm going to lose my mind.
But that's not it.
Okay.
But it's not it. And I also traded the Canadian skip, who is one of the most decorated Canadian skips of all time. He even signed the jersey for me. That's not it. I met a guy, they have this little thing called the Patch, and that's where you can have some Coors Lights after the game, maybe hang out between games. It's for the fans. Players can go, and that's where you can kind of, schmooze a little bit with some of the crowd that's there, and it's really a great time. Well, I met a Royal Canadian Mounted Police officer, the RCMP, the guys that, with the hats and the horses and the red coats. He told me he loved the USA jerseys. I was like, well, which one do you like the most? He's like, I like the white one. I was like, I'll give you a jacket and one of my caps for your Mountie hat. And he said, done, instantly.
Oh, nice.
So I am now the proud owner of a Mountie Stetson cowboy hat.
Wow. Why did you wear it today?
Well, so to go on a little bit further in the story, the guy's got a pretty small head.
Okay.
So he was like, you know what? Just take this one as a placeholder, and I will send you one in your size when I get back to Manitoba where he's from. Because he was literally just there to, carry the trophy in because it's very official and prestigious, and then carry it back away. And, he wasn't there actually being a cop. It was there for more of, ceremonial reasons. Yeah. So he had the full outfit and garb. He traded me his official hat, the RCMP hat. I was like, this beats anybody's jersey swap ever. I might have got two of the most famous decorated curlers of all time and their jerseys signed. Doesn't even hold a candle to an RCMP Stetson hat.
That is amazing, but I would like to make a little point of procedure here or whatever. I doubt that guy had a small head. Matt's got a massive head.
Matt does have a very big head.
So, the Mountie, this person probably had a normal-sized head.
7 3/8 hat.
That's exactly what I wear.
That's what I wear for ball caps, too. Maybe even 7.5. This was much too small. So, I don't know if it was in centimeters or what.
I just Googled this type of hat. So, this is pretty much the same hat that Smokey the Bear wears, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. I thought I knew that. Yeah. So yes, he's got a Smokey the Bear hat. It's amazing.
When you feel this hat, it is the real deal.
I'm mad he didn't wear it, but I guess it wouldn't have worked very well with headphones.
Well, it doesn't fit his head. It's the problem.
It doesn't fit my head, and yes, it does not work with these headphones. I'd have to.
You could hang them down behind your head here that. You could probably do it. Please, when you get one, the one that fits. I'm very excited to see it.
You better believe I will wear it in.
So. Side note, Matt, we did talk about you a little bit. Well, I want to play. We can do a little Tinder time next segment about the 20 ask kicking or attributes of radio. I have the wrong printed out version, which is ass kissing.
Yes,
but that's right.
Good typo.
Yeah.
But
I was so weirded out when I read it at first, and you handed it to me.
So
I was like,
more inside baseball.
What is this, Jim?
I thought our teammate just mislabeled the PDF because she sent the follow-up email saying, I mislabeled it. Supposed to be ass kicking. I labeled it ass kissing, and I thought it was just the actual file. So I just printed it out. So it is ass kicking attributes radio. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, Matt, I understand even more your weirdness about it. So when you were gone, my beloved Owls made a little run.
Yep, they sure did.
And some listeners were trying to say, I thought you didn't like college basketball, all stuff. But here's the thing. I paid thousands of dollars to go to Florida Atlantic University. I started my Good Karma career at FAU Basketball Media Day, and I've followed this team for a long time. So two things can be true. I don't love college basketball. I do find it, mostly boring.
Could have been their first media day too, right. Wasn't it 88?
Yeah, 92 was their first year as D1. 1988 was their first year as a program. My media day was 2007, but not that far off, really. So anyway, with this. I got a lot of people are like, oh, well, you have basketball. I thought you didn't like it, blah, blah, blah. But I point out, Florida Atlantic University, I went to school there. My friend, Ken Levick, is the play-by-play guy. We used to be at home down there in West Palm. There's a lot of connectors to FAU. It's where I went to college. I want to support my team. I want to root for that team. And even though I don't love college basketball, I obviously love rooting for my team. But I actually compared it to curling. I love watching Team Schuster and you guys curl. I'm not just firing up a random Canada versus Italy curling match. I literally only have an interest in watching Matt Hamilton and Team Schuster compete, or you and your sister compete. I will watch that, or even if I'm like, we went out to the Madison Curling Club and we watched other teams curl as well while we were there waiting for you guys to go back on, and we were out at the Suter Ice Arena, same thing. That was a fine event. And when you're at things, almost anything is good.
Right.
But it was fun. Like, that is a fair split. You've been there, too, of like, there's certain things where there's a personal connection to it. You're just more into it.
Yeah,
but
I'm not even super into watching curling. Like, I'm going to be honest, Jim. Like, it's nice because, I know the ins and outs and I can pick it apart a little bit better than most casual fans, but doesn't mean it's, like, super riveting TV.
But actually, so separately, that's one of the things I enjoy about curling is I know just enough to be able to follow along,
right.
But I actually can just enjoy it. Hockey's kind of the same to me. Like, I know the rules, and I can watch the game intelligently, but I don't know enough to be like ruined by overthinking it. So I'm actually starting to enjoy some of these games more of like, you know what? I know enough to know it's same with soccer. I know enough to like be entertained and not be lost, but I don't have to get bogged down in like overthinking like, should they be playing this guy or that guy? Should they have done this or that? Sometimes it's just fun to be able to be like, I don't know what is going on, but it sure looks like a good time.
Put the puck in the net. Good for them.
Yeah, good job. I have no idea if that person is good or bad. It's just one of those things. Matt, we had played this throughout today's show, and it wasn't an Iron Jock poll question, but I wanted to get your thoughts on this before we go to break. One, I'm sure you were able to at least follow along a little bit with social media with Caitlin Clark from Iowa, kind of a star for the women's basketball game, and she was making a name for herself and trash talking and loved every bit of it for college basketball. Now, Angel Reese, yes. Which is not a John Cena thing. John Cena will tell you that he took that from Tony Yayo, which is a rapper. He said he saw Tony Yayo do it in a rap video, and then he took it out to the wrestlers. So Cena made it famous, but Cena gives credit to Yayo as well. So, anyways, Angel Reese did the same thing. And Caitlin Clark said, like, yeah, talk your trash. I talk trash. I lose. I get trash talked to. I think women should be able to talk as much trash as they want. And she was like, I'm here for it. I don't have a problem with it. So, two parts. What do you think just in general, the trash talking and Angel Reese? Because I was fine with it because I'm not going to moralize trash talking. If you're going to trash talk, then you trash talk. I wish the Badgers had a player on their basketball team that was worthy of doing Can't See Me from Cena. Like I would lose my mind, but nobody on the Badger basketball team has the confidence nor the ability to do that.
I mean, trash talking's fun. It can get your team going because it gives them a chuckle or gives them, something to think about. Sometimes it can backfire. It can motivate other players to play really well or to play extra hard against you. So, I mean, if that's a risk that you're willing to take as a player, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, keep it between the lines. Yeah. You don't need to bring anyone else's family into it. You don't need to get racial with it.
Absolutely.
But if you're just doing like essentially meme quality like trash talk with people, like you're doing the John Cena can't see me thing with the hand in front of your face, or you want to you block someone's shot and you want to walk around with your hand over your eyes like they can't see, or something like that. Like that's fine. Or like you're too short,
too small,
too small. Like all of that. That's all well and good. It makes for a competitive game, and it gives you some more like storylines to kind of like read in between. Like this isn't just one team versus another. They've got some players that have beef or like to trash talk each other. Like it just adds to the game.
I love it. I knew that was going to be your answer. Now I'm going to make one little confession to you. I wanted to basically text you and be like, you should do that to one of your teammates if you make a good play or good toss or whatever at the Worlds. But then, to be honest, you guys are doing so bad. I was
you can't pull that off if you ain't playing well, bud.
But I thought you guys could have fun with it, like to each other. Like if you did that to Plies, like you had that great throw. What was the throw you made some little social media love for?
A double run back double.
Right. But it was
sounds like Alex's drive up order at the drive.
I was just about to say that sounds like when I get a McDonald's.
What's an equivalent like in a different like is that like an eagle? Like what's the equivalent in another sport?
I don't know, maybe hitting like 4 or 5 threes in a row.
Okay. So it would have been fun if you did it to your teammates, and especially with all the controversy around it. But I didn't throw it out there because you guys are doing so bad. You could it wouldn't even be fun because
no, it's not. It's only fun to trash talk when you're playing fantastic.
Yeah, if you're in 7th place, it hits a little different. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. With the NFL Draft just over 2 weeks away, ESPN NFL Draft insider Todd McShay has ranked his top 100 prospects in this year's NFL Draft. 3 Badgers have cracked the top 100, including 2 of which in the top 50. Center Joe Tippmann ranks number 35 on McShay's list, while nose tackle Keanu Benton comes in just behind him at 43rd overall. Just sneaking in the top 100, outside linebacker Nick Herbig ranks 98th in McShay's rankings. Get caught up on the full list at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by April 30th and get 0% APR for 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com/radio.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Hi, I'm Medicine Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
'Cause I love you more than I could love myself. Mama said don't fall in love again. She remembers all that I forget. Yeah, I tried so hard I can't run myself.
Olson Toon has been customizing residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. They have over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, and because of that, they've become one of Wisconsin's premier design, build, landscaping, and outdoor living firms. From landscaping and maintenance to irrigation to concrete work, pools, and more, if you have an outdoor living need, large or small, Olson Toon is here to help. You can go to olsontoon.com to get started on your project today. That's olsontoon.com.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. We're presented by Coors Light. And we're going to, a little bit of time here at the end, we're going to play a little, what are you pointing at me for?
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Oh, here we go again. When you were out, I filled in for you one day before I left.
Yeah.
And any time I would start a segment, he would just interrupt me with,
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
He called and told me this.
I had
Oh,
to
he was
tell
proud of
John
that one, huh?
I was
Yeah.
very proud of it.
Yes. I was.
Alex was a little annoyed by it, but I think
just a little bit, yeah.
I think it was good.
I thought it was funny.
I'm in on it. So let's play. I'm gonna change this because I'm gonna always say ass kissing. Let's go through the 20 ass kicking attributes of radio. Let's see how many of them I do / we.
If you like it, swipe right. If you dislike it, swipe left. It's Tinder time.
I'd like to strictly criticize you.
Okay, that's fine. So, because you know I'm a big radio guy.
You are.
Whatever radio says I need to do is what I live by. So, these are 20 ass-kicking attributes of radio. Number 20 on here, forward momentum. Nobody cares what you did. Entertain me now. Don't do a live spot after a long break.
You do that often.
What's that?
The live spot after a long break.
False. I've cleaned that up a ton.
We literally just did it.
Well, I didn't do that. That's Matt Hamilton.
I do.
And that's a little, pull my credit, it's a little structural. We need Matty at times to, like, he has good momentum coming in.
He does. That's true.
So that's just a little structural. We got pulled off. But
So
I
we're
don't.
We're 0 for 1.
But you said you wanted to criticize me specifically.
Yeah.
I do not do that.
You've done it today.
When?
Ho Chunk.
But we've tied it to Matt Hamilton. So again,
Yeah.
you're wrong. We tied it to Matt Hamilton being a loser. That was amazing.
Yeah,
I brought
wanted to be
you
a winner.
laughed, and he laughed.
I didn't say it wasn't funny. I just said you did it.
But I didn't, though, because I entertained them now. I tied it into
This
our
is not
content.
going the way I thought it was
Yeah,
going.
me neither. 19.
Effective one-topic teases.
You're horrible at teases. You never do them.
I don't believe in them. Anyways, next. Ubiquity.
I don't even know what that means.
Let's see. Be everywhere as a sports fan. So just consume media
Yeah,
everywhere.
you do a good job with that.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Why don't I agree? Why don't I believe in teases? I think people have the attention span of goldfish. That even if I tease something, by the time they come back 4 or 5 minutes later, they're forgotten it. So
Forward momentum, Jim. We got 2 minutes.
Don't talk too much.
Yeah, you're bad at that.
Prep.
We do okay.
We do okay.
Audio.
Yeah, I do pretty good with that. I don't know about you, though.
You're the producer. You're supposed to have audio ready for us.
I have audio ready for you always. You just don't like using
Where's the
it.
show sheet?
Printer wasn't working.
All right, clock discipline, A+.
Yeah, no doubt.
Tease, plot, payoff. I don't tease, but I set up the plot and pay it off.
2/3 then. 66%.
2 out of
still
3 ain't
enough.
bad. Meatloaf agrees with me.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Back when I was a kid, that was only a D.
Storytelling, opinions, and show business. SOS.
Sure, I'll give you that one.
Likability. People like me.
Yes, that's obviously.
Being authentic over arrogant.
Ooh.
I'll get traces
No,
of arrogance in there, but I think it's pretty authentic. I think his arrogance is authentic.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Nailed it.
This one I definitely nailed. Be curious, not judgmental.
You also have one that says judgmental Jim.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give that a wash.
Judgmental Jim.
Be curious, not judgmental.
Short, open-ended questions.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one.
We are not reflective of the actual audience. Our population has changes, so we need to remain relevant. Diversity, making sure you're not just living in this one lane.
Yeah,
your
we
own
do
life
good.
experience lane.
We did good with that.
Excellence over success.
I don't even know what
I
that,
don't know what
really
that
means.
Excellence is healthier, more real, and achievable. You can luck into success.
I'm living proof you can look into success.
Play the hits.
Aaron Rodgers.
Reset.
Aaron Rodgers.
We are fun. Fun is contagious. We have urgency. Yeah? No?
Aaron Rodgers.
We nailed it all.
Embrace the migration. I don't know what that means. This has been Rutledge and Hamilton.
That means birds.
Some other show is coming up next. I don't care what it is because we're presented by the world's greatest beer ever, Coors Light.